So welcome, uh, welcome everyone. So we are going to talk about it's 1 hour. This is going to be a journey to self-love. So does that sound good? So let's all take a nice relaxing breath.
Yes.
So let's take a nice relaxing breath and put your hand on your heart, all of you, and say, I am willing to take this journey. So doesn't that feel good? So thank you for being part of my journey. And your life shows up 90% if you are if you start believing that this is you are in this journey of self-love. So congratulations to each one of you all for showing up. And I'd like to ask, so this is going to be interactive. So I'd like to ask, how many of you all have read Louise Hay's best-selling book, You Can Heal Your Life? Y'all can maybe just raise your hands, or virtually y'all could raise your hands.
I've read it and I've done the workshop too.
I have also read it. I have done the workshop also.
Great. Great. So just two of y'all know about Louise Hay?
Yes, please.
No, I've done the workshop and I've read the book as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've only
read the book
heard
too.
about her. Yeah, I've not read the book. I've heard about the book and I've heard about her. That's it.
All right. Okay. So she like most of you, if those who haven't read the book but heard her and her philosophy, and so y'all are at the right place today. And I'd like to tell you about my background and the philosophy of Louise Hay. So Louise Hay was a best-selling author and the founder of Hay House Publishers. Louise grew up in a very abusive home and thus had very negative ideas about herself and life in general. At 15, she became pregnant and gave up the baby for adoption. Although she managed to become a runway model and marry a well-known Englishman, her self-esteem was still very low. And she went lower still when her husband left her for another woman. So eventually, Louise ended up in a New York City, and a friend invited her to a lecture, and the topic was change your thinking, change your life. So although her friend never showed up, Louise went to this lecture, and the ideas presented opened up a whole new vision of life for her. She eagerly took up the classes and applied the ideas to her life with amazing results. Louise never graduated from high school, yet her main book, You Can Heal Your Life, has sold over 55 million copies, and her publishing house is a leader in the mind and body spirit segment. Louise passed away at 90 years when she was 90 years old in 2017, leaving an amazing legacy that I am happy to continue. So I was attracted to the work of Heal Your Life, Mind and Body and Heart, way back in 2016, when I myself was going through a rough patch in my own life. I lost my mother and my daughter moved to the US, and two most important people going away from my life. That was a real vacuum for me. I mean, it was quite depressing and I felt very lonely. And all of a sudden, it was, I think my life was topsy-turvy, and you could say I went into depression. And that was the time when I came across this beautiful philosophy, which really helped me transform myself and, lead a much, better place. I came back to, I was in a better place after doing this workshop. And then I trained as a teacher, and I wanted to share this work with others because how it helped me, I wanted others also to benefit from this work. And so the foundation of Louise's work is loving yourself. And that is the journey I will be talking to you about today. And I will be sharing you all ways to love yourself and some techniques to help you. So before we start, I will lead you all through a meditation. So close your eyes and just sit comfortably and take some nice deep breaths. Am I audible and the music is audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So just close your
Could be a
eyes.
little softer.
Okay. All right. Is it all right?
Now it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just take a few nice, deep, easy breaths. Allow your body to relax. Feel a wave of relaxation flowing from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Let your shoulders and neck relax. Breathe relaxation and peace into any parts of your body that hold tension, and breathe out tension. Focus gently on your breathing and let your mind be quiet. Now think to yourself, I am willing to love myself. I am willing to be gentle with myself. It's safe for me to love myself. And in a few positive ideas for yourself, you could add, I accept myself just the way I am. I love myself, or I am willing to love myself. Keep on breathing. Now slowly take a few more deep breaths and bring your awareness back to this moment. Stretch and open your eyes. Now, when I mention to people that I teach people to love themselves, I sometimes get raised eyebrows. Really? Because people often think, it's narcissist or conceited when they don't understand. That's not what Louise meant at all. Loving yourself means you are more loving with others. You feel compassion for others because you feel more accepting of yourself. You stop judging others. And this benefits the entire world. The saying we often hear from parents is don't get too big for your britches. Now, what kind of comments like this did you get while growing up? Most of y'all would have got some kinds of, negative complaints from your parents or negative comments from your parents or your teachers or, your guidance or guardians or siblings. Some negative, most of us must have got comments while growing up. Now, we don't blame our parents because they were doing the best they could. Loving yourself means feeling comfortable with who you are, treating yourself, having self-confidence, and being willing to speak up for what you want and go for it. And when you love yourself, it's so much easier to love others because you know they are doing the best they can. Loving and accepting yourself just the way you are. This is the foundation of Louise Hay's work. Now, if you don't love and accept yourself, you will see that reflected back at you by others in your life. When you truly learn to love and accept yourself, you will see wonderful reflections coming back. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. But you start where you are and you go forward. You are worth it. Each one of you. You all are worth it. So does anyone here ever criticize themselves? Has it helped you change? Could you all share? Any one of you all, have you all criticized yourself?
Yeah, Malti here. Sometimes I do that when, there have been some minor mistakes that I seem to be making. I get a bit annoyed with myself. Perhaps that triggers that, feeling that, there are certain things you could have overcome or which you could have just forgotten about, but made a big thing about it. And then it's in a way I'm teaching myself that not to repeat this next time I face such situations.
Thank you for sharing, Malti. If I may request each one of you all, please turn on your cameras because I feel I don't know whom I'm talking to. So, it's really nice if I see your beautiful faces. Yeah, see, you all have such beautiful faces. So please share. I would love to see that. It feels like I'm talking to a bare computer, just a wall. So yeah, this makes so much. How would you like if I talk to you all like this? Would you like that?
Rina, I'm outside. I wasn't expecting this meeting, so I'm outside.
That's
so
okay,
I
Namita. Thank you so much for coming here. So Namita is my dear friend and she's done my workshops and she's joined in. Last minute, I just sent the invite. Thank you, Namita. So rest of y'all, please join. Please show me your beautiful faces. Yes, thank you. So when you criticize yourself, has it helped you change? No. So why do you do it?
Not much, I think, because you tend to get onto that same routine every time anything happens.
Yeah. So why do we do it? It's surprising how many of these beliefs were gathered around the age of 5. Most of the examples of critical thoughts like we get is like, I'm not smart enough to achieve what I want. Right? These are some of the examples. I'm not good enough. I'm not worth loving. I'm not attractive enough. I need to lose weight. I should be making more money. I don't measure up to so and so. So do these sound familiar? Yeah.
Yeah, in a way. Yes.
Yeah. So you could, if you'll have a notebook right now, a journal or pen, maybe you could, or maybe later you could just note down a few things you criticize yourself about, and just what and why have you been doing this? For how long have you been doing this? You could just introspect. So criticism is so damaging to our self-esteem and just shuts the door on loving yourself. So the number one point to stop doing is criticizing yourself. It's number one on Louis' list of ways to love yourself. And it's important to become aware of the automatic pathways your mind takes every day. The more you think a particular thought, the more neurons in your brains are created. So then it's easy for that thought to come up more often. It's estimated that we have about 75,000 thoughts a day. And 60,000 of those are the same ones we had yesterday and the days before. Then we wonder why our lives don't change. All right. So let's do a short awareness exercise. Close your eyes, all of you. And take a deep breath. Allow your body to relax. Know that you are just becoming aware of the negative thoughts you have about yourself. What critical thoughts do you have about yourself day by day? Imagine what your life would be like if you stopped criticizing. What if you were to believe that you are a wonderful person and life is a joy? Imagine looking in the mirror and saying, I accept you just the way you are. And here's a powerful affirmation. I approve of myself and I easily choose the thoughts that nourish me. Now take a few deep breaths, stretch, and gently bring your awareness back and open your eyes. So, did you all get some critical thoughts which you all have been having over any one of you all? Did you all come to know some? Could you all relate to some critical thoughts you all have been having about
Yes,
yourself?
yes, yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Okay. So, thoughts are like drops of water. As more of them we collect, collect, they become a puddle, and then they become a pond, then an ocean. Now, one idle negative thought is not a problem. But when you have a pattern of negative thoughts, you are continually creating that future that you don't really want. So, a beautiful affirmation you could say is, my mind is so powerful. So, you could say that to yourself that I choose to think positive, powerful thoughts. Can you just close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and do that? I choose to think positive, powerful thoughts. Does that sound good? Does that feel good when you say that? Yes. Okay. Now we are going to, I'm going to tell you all about positive affirmations and visualizations in some time. But for the moment, let's understand where our limiting thoughts come from. We learn them growing up from our parents, relatives, schools, maybe religious institutions, the media, maybe other friends. Now, most of our beliefs about life and all those life issues we mentioned earlier are created when we were quite young. So, no matter how old you are, it's important to realize that there is a little child within you who needs unconditional love and acceptance and guidance in how to change the old programming. Now, every experience you had at every age is a memory still in you. As a child, when something went wrong, you tended to believe something was wrong with you. And if only you did it right, they would love you. As an adult, it's important for you to reparent yourself, to give yourself the unconditional love and acceptance you deserve. Now, we don't want to make our parents wrong, because they were doing the best they could with the knowledge, awareness, and understanding they had then. And if you are a parent, and if you are now in this workshop today, please don't criticize yourself for your past behavior with your children. All right. Now, another technique which Louise Hay introduced was the mirror work technique. Have you all heard about the mirror work technique? Any one of y'all? If y'all have done the workshop, y'all would be knowing what the mirror work technique is.
Yes, we've done at the workshop, we do the mirror work.
Yes.
And
So
it's in the
that's a-
book too.
Yes. So this is a very, very powerful technique, talking to yourself in the mirror, maybe just looking, connect to yourself in the mirror, connecting to your inner self, releasing old ideas. You could just pick up the mirror or just stand in front of the mirror, or even in the morning when you're, brushing your teeth, or while, just combing your hair, or even just crossing the mirror, you could just look into your eyes, even if it's uncomfortable. What do you feel? What are your thoughts? Just notice. It may be difficult initially, but with practice, it gets easier. So, you could always say to yourself, I'm willing to love and accept you just the way you are. If it's okay, it doesn't feel true right now, what would you like to tell yourself that that you haven't been told so far? Haven't you told yourself? Haven't, like as a child, you've never told yourself. So give your inner child support, encouragement. All right. So it's a very beautiful and the most powerful technique, mirror work. You could talk to yourself in the mirror, say, that I love you just the way you are. I accept you and I approve of you just the way you are. So it's a beautiful and the most powerful technique. And in fact, it's very healing also. Another way of Louise' ways to love yourself is loving to your negatives. And this follows right on from not criticizing yourself. Now, we all have behaviors and thoughts we criticize ourselves for, often even feel shame about it. Often these are maybe could some addictions, maybe some behavior that developed at a young age. And at that time, they allowed a disconnect with that uncomfortable feelings. So a beautiful affirmation here you could say is, I'm willing to love all parts of myself. I'm willing to love all parts of myself. Does it sound good? And perhaps the most powerful way to love yourself on Louis' list is forgiving yourself. Now, where is the past located? It's all in your mind and emotional body. And who is the only person that can heal it? You. And yes, forgiveness of others is important too, but right now we are focusing on you. So just be willing to forgive. Think of something you need to forgive yourself for. Now, we aren't going to tell you to share this right now. Maybe you could reflect, maybe you could introspect today after this call or tomorrow. What is the thing you need to forgive yourself for? You were trying the best you could at that time with the awareness, with the understanding you had then. So would you like to do this right now with me? Maybe some thought which you want to, something which you like to forgive yourself for. So let's do that. So take some nice deep breaths. Allow your body to relax. Especially your neck and shoulders, relax them. Close your eyes. Notice any other place in your body where you feel some tension and allow it to relax. Imagine you're walking in a lovely garden and it has all your favorite flowers blooming. You enjoy their beauty. The fragrances are lovely. Just ahead of you is a lovely pond with lotus flowers floating. And you see a bench and you sit and enjoy all the beauty around you next to the pond. You're willing to accept all the beauty that is within you. Be willing to forgive yourself for anything you feel guilty about or any behavior you have been criticizing yourself for. In your mind, you can say this. You can complete the sentence silently. I forgive myself for. You could complete it. You have always done the best you could at that time. You don't need to be perfect to love yourself. It's okay to love and approve of yourself right now. Now gently stretch and bring yourself back. Does this make you feel good? Did any of y'all feel good? Would you like to share quickly? Then we could go ahead. Any one of y'all. So that I knew you did this. Would you like to share this?
Yes, it was very, very relaxing.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
It felt like as if this is a place we can go to again and again. And anytime we need to detoxify our mind and our heart.
Yes, sure you could. Yeah.
It was a very beautiful place, whatever I experienced. I felt
Okay.
uplifted.
Lovely. So you think you could have forgiven you could forgive yourself for whatever?
Yes.
Lovely. Yeah. Okay.
It was easier this time.
All right. Beautiful. Okay. So have you heard about affirmations? Yes. Okay.
I've got copies of affirmations of Louis.
Okay. Okay. Affirmations are basically personal, present tense, and positive. Just remember these three things, the three P's: personal, present tense, and positive. Now, we don't use words like don't or not. Why? Because don't think of a pink elephant. Almost immediately, you find yourself thinking of a pink elephant. So, I will be sharing some affirmations which you could, maybe repeat after me. Would you like to do that so that you'll get a hang of the affirmations, how are affirmations said? Yeah. So put your hands on your heart, maybe hand on your heart, and in your mind, you could just repeat these affirmations so that you know what I am, how affirmations. So, they create. So before that, let me tell you, affirmations are positive present tense personal statements about the reality you want to create. Okay. They create new beliefs for your consciousness to respond. Like any new skill, affirmations must be practiced and practiced until they become second nature. So let's start reading some affirmations. I will repeat after some affirmations and you just repeat in your mind after me. Okay. I approve of myself. I love and accept myself exactly the way I am. Or I am willing to love and accept myself exactly the way I am. You could put your hand on your heart and say that. I deserve all good. I am worthy of a wonderful life. I easily release the past and move forward with joy. I love myself more deeply every day. It's safe for me to love myself. I'm willing to be gentle with myself. Loving myself means it's easier to love others. I open my heart to myself. When I share love, it comes back to me multiplied. So you could just now come back, put your hands down and open your eyes. So when I said these affirmations and you all repeated after me, did it sound good? Did you all feel good? So these are the examples. You all can make your own affirmations in any area of your life. Health, relationships, career, money, in any area of your life, you all can make affirmations. But just remember the three P's: present, positive, and personal. Personal, why? They have to be about yourself. And no negative words in affirmations. This is a very perfect, right? Okay. So Louise Hay was called she's been called the queen of affirmations, and she certainly wrote a lot of them. And another technique, a very powerful technique you all can do to create, manifest, I would say, of course, affirmations and visualization. Now, visualization, it's a beautiful way of creating what you want in life. It's like having a mental picture of what you want and feeling it as much as you can. Now, how many of y'all have heard about the law of attraction? Yes. So law of attraction, it means that you attract what you want with your thoughts, with your spoken words, and with the emotions. So all the three things are very important: thoughts, spoken words, emotions. Now, if you feel anxious and have thoughts of lack, you are attracting more of that instead of the abundance you want. Isn't it interesting how strongly you can feel negative emotions when you're upset, right? So we need to learn to feel strong, positive emotions to attract what we want. So choose one of the affirmations. So I'll help you all visualize. Would you all like to try how to visualize it? All right, great. So maybe just think of one affirmation for yourself on any area of your life, health, career, money, relationship, anything. Just think of one affirmation. All right. Have you all thought of the affirmation? Have you all decided the affirmation which you all want to work on? Okay. So now just close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And as you breathe in, think to yourself, I am. And as you breathe out, relaxed. Breathing in, thinking, I am. Breathing out, thinking, relaxed. This is a very, very powerful technique, a relaxation meditation technique. Breathing in, thinking, I am. Breathing out, relaxed. Now imagine that your loving affirmation has already come true. Any one affirmation you all have thought about. It has already come true. Feel the excitement of it. Imagine the details of it. How would your life be different if this is true? Take a few deep breaths and open your eyes slowly. Now let's have some sharing. How did that feel when you visualized your affirmations? Quick sharing. Who would you like to share?
The anxiety, loses its grip.
Sorry?
Anxiety, loses its grip.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. All right. What else? Anybody would like to share?
I felt
Your visualize? Yes.
I felt myself expand from within.
Great. Wonderful. All right. So this is one way where you do your affirmations, sit quietly, visualize it, and that's how manifestations work. It's a beautiful way of doing this. Now, quickly, I will run out. I will share with you 12 ways how to love yourself. Okay. If you all want, you all can note it down, or I'll just share it quickly. So there are beautiful 12 ways how you can love yourself. The first one, which we spoke about, was stop all criticism. Now, criticism never changes a thing. Refuse to criticize yourself. Accept yourself exactly as you are. Now, everybody changes. When you criticize yourself, your changes are negative. When you approve of yourself, your changes positive. As simple as that. So that's the first one. Second one is forgive yourself. Let the past go. You did the best you could at the time with the understanding, awareness, and knowledge that you had. Now you're growing and changing, and you will live your life differently. So forgive yourself for whatever you've done in the past. Third one, don't scare yourself. Don't scare yourself. Stop terrorizing yourself with your thoughts. It's a dreadful way to live. Find a mental image that gives you pleasure. Louise's she would love yellow roses. Or if you like, if any negative thought comes, immediately change your focus to what you like to say, and immediately switch your scary thought to a pleasure thought. So don't scare yourself. The fourth one is be gentle and kind and patient. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself as you learn the new ways of thinking. Treat yourself as you would someone you really loved. That's number 4. Number 5, be kind to your mind. Self-hatred is only hating your own thoughts. Don't hate yourself for having the thoughts. Gently change the thoughts. Number 6, praise yourself. Now, criticism breaks that inner spirit. Praise builds it. So praise yourself as much as you can. Tell yourself how well you're doing with every little thing. Even if somebody has not praised you for what excellent work you're doing, or maybe you've if ladies, you've cooked a good meal at home, if none of it, your husband is not praised or your children have not praised you, it's okay. Praise yourself. Support yourself. Find ways to support yourself. Reach out to friends, allow them to help you. It's being strong to ask for help when you need it, not weak. So remember that, support yourself. Number 8, be loving to your negatives. Acknowledge you created them to fulfill a need. Now you're finding new positive ways to fulfill these needs. So lovingly release the old negative patterns. Number 9, take care of your body. You learn about nutrition. What kind of fuel does your body need to have optimum energy and vitality? Learn about exercise. What kind of exercise can you enjoy? Cherish and revere the temple you live in. Your body is a temple. Remember that. So take care of your body. Number 10, mirror work, which we just spoke about. Look into your eyes often, in your own eyes. Express this growing sense of love you have for yourself. Forgive yourself looking in the mirror. Talk to your parents looking into the mirror. Forgive them too. At least once a day, say, I love you. I really love you. So the mirror work is number 10. The 11th one is love yourself. Do it now. Do it right now. Don't wait for until you get well. Or don't love yourself, when I will lose weight, I will love myself more. Or when I will get this new job, I will love myself more. Or when I get into the new relationship, I will love myself more. No, do it now. Begin now. Do the best you can. The 12th one is have fun. Remember the things that gave you joy as a child. Incorporate them into your life now. Find a way to have fun with everything you do. Let yourself express the joy of living. Smile, laugh, rejoice, and the universe will rejoice with you. Remember that. So these are the 10 ways of loving yourself. All right. Another thing is, before I close, there is one thing I would like to share with you all is maybe, initially establishing a daily routine. If you would like me to share that, I could share that to you all, with you all. Establishing a daily routine is initially, it does take some energy, focus to establish a routine that includes your daily spiritual and your self-growth work. However, once you have a routine established, it becomes easy to continue it. So for example, use an affirmation like, it's easy for me to create and follow a daily routine for my personal and spiritual growth. Now, some of the daily habits, the number 1 is gratitude. Gratitude is very important. Go to sleep, wake up with an attitude of gratitude. Remind yourself during the day to be grateful. You could be grateful for anything, even the tiniest things. Second, affirmations. Take time weekly to write out your affirmations. Read them daily or record them in your own voice. These days, we all have smartphones, so you all can record them in your own voice. Listen to them daily. There are hundreds and hundreds of affirmations on YouTube. Remember to feel them as though they have already happened. So see what resonates with you. Write the best affirmations. Next is the mirror work. It only takes a minute to do your mirror work each day. So isn't it worth to change your life? Every day, so say to yourself in the mirror, I love you. I really love you. What can I do for you today? Next one is meditation. Even if you can start with a few minutes, meditate every day. There are many techniques. There are hundreds of, again, on YouTube, there are hundreds of guided meditations if you find your mind, wandering. So find the one that works for you. The last one I would say is visualization. Now, after you have meditated for a few minutes, you are in a peaceful state. Visualize the positive changes you want in your life. And this peaceful state is called the alpha brainwave state. And it's much more powerful for using the law of attraction than your usual beta wave, state in ordinary thinking. So these are the few things you could do every day as a routine. And remember the 12 ways to love yourself as often as possible. And thank you all for being here. That's all I would like to share now. And not only have you discovered how to love yourself more, you have added more love to the planet. So thank you so much for each one of y'all. Or you could ask whatever questions if y'all have anything.
Thank you so much. That was so nice, taking us through, all those little meditations, etc. It was really nice. And I'd like to tell everyone that one of the things our founder, Manize, spoke about was love. She always spoke about love. She was an ocean of love. And she spoke about unconditional love. So it's really good that today we've been talking about love and how to love ourselves, because if we can't love ourselves, we really can't love anyone else. And now we open up the session for the Q&A questions. Del, kindly put yourself on mute. I don't know who Del is. Del, could you mute yourself? D-E-L-L. All right. Anyone has questions? Unmute and ask. Any questions?
Rina ji, I wanted to